What kind of changes can my psyche expect after a porn brain rewire journey? I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Another great question from a 90-day member, and I wanted to get the answer to you. Okay, so let's define psyche for a minute, and then we'll dig into the changes that can be expected when you are successfully moving through this important transformational journey. Okay, so psyche. Now, to me, psyche means personality, which is a construct. That's something that can change. So we're going to talk about how that can change. And then also, it is your mind and the way you use your body. So our mind and our body are tools, and they're tools that our brain uses and our self uses. So your self might be your spirit. It's the thing in you that can hear your mind talking to you. Whatever name you want to put on it, you can put on it, but I put the name true self on it. So your psyche is your true self. But we also know that your mind can be used for illusions and for fantasy, and your mind can cause you a whole world of hurt if you don't use it properly as a tool. You can have negative self-talk, you can do self-sabotaging behaviors. When you do that, that side of your mind is your ego. So your true self and your ego are like two opposite sides of a coin, heads or tails. Heads is your true self, tails is your ego. And an easy way to think about it is that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde that I'm talking about in a lot of the videos that I've made. So I've referred to the behaviors that you do, and you might not even be aware of it, honestly, until after the fact, but behaviors that other people will notice in you as you cycle through a porn addiction. So the way that it looks like is Dr. Jekyll's the up version of yourself. It's the one who portrays the togetherness to the world, who might double down on being together to portray, being the good man, the good father, the good husband, because of the shame of knowing that Mr. Hyde, who is ravenous and who acts out sexually and who hides things and is covert. So when those two sides of the coin exist, Dr. Jekyll is the one that's portrayed and Mr. Hyde is the one that is hidden. But in that case, Mr. Hyde is running the bus. He's driving the bus because he's the one who has the control of your brain. Now, so let me get back, because that's the psyche. So your personality is basically something you develop in childhood to make you feel safe and secure. And I always encourage people to dig into the Enneagram, Ennea gram. Enneagram, it means 9. There's 9 personality types. And actually there's science that shows that it's highly accurate in kind of pinning what your personality type is. Now, of course, personality typing is fun, but beyond being fun, the way that the Enneagram can be used is that every person identifies most with one personality type. And that personality type is the mask that they put on. It's the type of Dr. Jekyll that they are. And so that mask fits them because it makes them feel safe and secure. So I'm a 5. Type 5 is called an investigator. Guess what investigators like? They like information and knowledge, and they especially like to know a lot about something that most people don't know about. And so when I know that, it makes me feel safe and secure. But when I'm in an unhealthy version, unhealthy 5s hoard information so they can feel smarter than other people. So what I've been doing for a long time is sharing all the information that I know so that I don't have to hold that and anchor into my ego. I can get more into my true self, which is a teacher who likes to share that. So that's how I can come out of that 2 faces of my ego and get into my true self. So as you unwire the porn brain pattern and continue to move towards yourself, kind of putting that coin of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde down, you become the true self. And the way that the Enneagram personality type reflects that is that there's 9 levels within each personality type. The 3 highest levels are those of your true self. The 3 lowest are those of your ego. The lowest for every type is addiction. And that's escaping the world. You don't feel safe in the world at all. So when you disintegrate to the lowest levels, you just need to escape the world because you can't find a way to feel safe. The middle levels are neutral. So there's 9 types. So a goal is to integrate your personality, and you'll feel calm, you'll feel focused, you'll be on purpose, you'll be doing the healthy behaviors that keeps your personality at these healthy levels. I share information. If you are a type 2, type 2s are givers. They give too much and then they feel depleted. So you'll allow people to give to you and you'll receive. Type 8 is the challenger. They need to be in control and they challenge people, and vulnerability is difficult. But when you let that challenger go and you become vulnerable with the safe people in your world, you round your ego out and you become more of your true self. So if you're on this journey, you should be shifting from ego, from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, getting into your true self, where you don't have to put the mask on anymore to get approved or externally validated by people in your world, because your self-worth from the inside has increased. You're enough for yourself. So you're being internally validated. You don't need to go to outside. At the same time, you don't have to escape and go into those Mr. Hyde behaviors that numb your brain out and make it more, palpable to put the mask on the next day. You don't have to put the mask on, so there's no escaping the world. You're your true self. You go do the things that are important to you. You validate yourself. You're okay if other people don't like what you're doing. You surround yourself with people who support you, no matter if they love what you're doing or not, as long as they're healthy. And you are able to round out your life and you feel calm, you feel relaxed, you feel focused, you feel on purpose. You're contributing to the world. You're not taking, you're giving, and you feel charged up from all of that, not depleted. That's what your psyche will feel like. Awesome question. Okay, I hope that helps you out. And if you're looking for help on this journey, please reach out to me, drtrishleigh.com. I have programs of different shapes and sizes. And as always, control your brain or it'll control you.